Well, hello, good morning, it's your old mate Dave Spencer, back with you once again off on another one of our transport adventures. This time we're down in Kent at the South East Bus Show at Detling on the Kent County Showground. You're very welcome to join us here. It's something of a cold, chilly, dampish start, but I think the skies will clear and we'll have sunshine. So fingers crossed on that one. And you're very welcome. What would we see? Yes, we shall see what we shall see. And I'll crack on, we don't want to miss anything, do we? Well, we've got all day anyway. So either have a chat along the line as we go, or at the end. See you in a bit. Well, absolutely perishing cold. We haven't got coats. It was so hot when we set off yesterday. We won't need a coat in a million years this weekend, but we were wrong. This is England. Levers coming out. Looks like it's a great turnout today, which is always fantastic. Last year it was all waterlogged, so that's apart them on any bit of hard standing going. Oh, we've got all sorts of vehicles, of course, besides the buses. out there are a few buses now starting to appear. And the heavy commercials are luckily escaping with a circuitous route in, which takes us all around the fields. I saw quite a lot of old American school buses when I was in the Dominican Republic recently. They fulfilled quite a lot of roles. Some of them were school buses, but others workers' transport, and some were indeed ordinary buses. But I didn't really get many shots of them. They didn't really seem to be out when I was. Picking up a little bit now. Nice line up of buses already. Nice to see vehicles with a local flavour, of course, including buses from Maidstone. Towards the end of their life, they had all sorts of different vehicles. Most reserve buses have got a backstory to tell how they survived and others didn't. But needless to say, there's hundreds and hundreds of crafts and types of vehicles which are not represented at all in preservation, so we really must cherish those we've got, and whether they sort of look a little bit on the new side to some people, beauties and memories of it from the eye of the beholder. Everybody jokes about the GS class that there are more in preservation than ever made. Of course, one of the collections in the P&D and now the online film archive is from the Bub family, and they've still got their GS. That's the family which travel in it are much depleted these days. Local flavour, of course, with the Harrington factory. For many years, Mandy was a great adherent to Volvos. I think it was a sort of that model which went into the Volvo fold. It wasn't one of the big ones. Another Harrington bodied coach, this time in the cherished and fondly remembered colours of Southdown. Not quite surrounded by the type of vehicles we would probably associate with the era, but of course there are all sorts of things out there. You just don't remember them all. I grew up surrounded by Southdown buses down in Eastbourne. I can remember the appearance of the sort of new buses, lengths of widths, monsters, PD3s, and of course the bus station in Eastbourne was so cramped that when the first engines arrived with Maidstone District, you were sort of squashed against the wall. It was a narrow squeaker fuselage. Well, there's certainly no deficit of buses today. We've got a nice little line-up coming now. RTs. Well, the generation before people who go wild about the brewmasters, of course, the previous generation that had about the RTs, and they had numerous runs who might be ended service at the end of the 1970s. These days we can celebrate some of the past glories with heritage liveries. The sun's really trying to break through now. It does, we'll have to change our stance a little bit. But at the moment there's still a good old dose of cloud. Lovely line up there. the new venture creeping in. We've got to get all the Arrivas parked up first. I always enjoy it when I go down to Kent and perhaps to Chatham, and sort of it reminds you of what it's like with little independents, and they're so friendly as well, drivers with new venture. Engines that when I was really more heavily involved in, not fire engines back in the 1970s and 80s, and sort of lexicon of what was happening there, and pictures, literature, etc. on fire engines. So I know a little bit about them. What's that? Old Dave, he knows a little about a lot. Yes, it's probably quite true, that. So many buses on the horizon, behind Stagecoach. We've got Chalkwells coming. I saw Chalkwells in service a couple of weeks back when I was down in Kent filming at Chatham. The area around the old Pentagon bus stations being developed like mad now. I'm going to go over to auto settings now, I think, on the video, because the sun has made an appearance, and at this stage we usually sort of retreat up around the corner and the bend. Yes, Dave's going around the bend again. A goodly stream of buses backing up now, just trying to get off the dual carriageway. It is the curse of this place is the dual carriageway. Chalkwell's another very friendly independent in the area. To catch up on some of the vehicles that we might not have seen out and about. Sort of looking over my shoulder, I've got an RM there. Might be an RMC. Indeed, I think it's an RMC, yeah. Something of the stream of the cars seems to have slowed down, and as the buses start to gain the ascendancy in Arriva. believe it or not, we've got another convoy of chalk wells coming in a tick. Buses heading in. Well, it's nice to see the Leylands. In this case, one of the 8-foot wide RTWs. Quite thin on the ground, really. Most of them were, as a sort of non-standard, most of them seem to go to export. A few have been brought back. Various stages of preservation, another RMC. Over out this way, a little camper van there. And I'm only going to give you half a guess as to which operator the next bus is from. Yes, you guessed. Did you get it? Chalk wells. Yes, again. All correctly turned out. The South East Bus Festival on the screens as the sun tries to break through. Look at that, blue skies coming out now. So we're working our way through the local operators, and another one with a big presence in the area, Peover. I was in their territory a few days back when I was filming at Crawley. Waves from a lot of the people we know. Buses in sight at the moment, but I'm sure there will be more. Quite a lineup of buses. London and the South East generally predominating on the types here today. We've got a Brighton and Hove making its way down. We were in Brighton recently as well. Friend of ours there, we actually saw him when we were in Brighton this past month, and he was in one of the works vans. I'd only just arrived. I was spotted within the first few minutes. Yeah, that'd be alright. fairly easily, readily identified livery of Southend. Well, we've always had a little fondness for this area. After all, Kent, county of my birth, and these days, though, the province of Arriva and Stagecoach for the big operators, successors to Maidstone District and East Kent, sort of one of each, falling into the modern camps. But Maidstone District's got more competition in their area than there is over in East Kent. The sun is breaking through. As the sun breaks through, the temperatures will rise occasionally. At the moment, with a biting cold wind. We're going to travel back in time for our next Maidstone District entry. A lovely sight. Lovely old Bristol, pottering its way in great majesty. Absolutely lovely. Warms the old cockles, that, doesn't it? We need a bit of warming today. Got that, the sun glints on it now. Roll back the years. Well, a lot of the buses have received various heritage liveries, and in turn some of these have found a place in preservation, sort of bridging the gap between old and new. The torrent of buses seems to have slowed down now. But, remember we said about all the nice specials, the GS class. I've got another one. By no means at the end of the buses yet. Here's one that attends just about every rally up and down the country. I think it must hold the title of the most rallies ever attended. This one crops up all over the place. Certainly put a bit of mileage on it over the years. How many times have I taken a picture of that one? Well, joining the list of former operators ensign, now part of first. Some nice vehicles lined up to come in next. Oh yes. Back to London, RT. One of many types of airport buses. Everybody sort of thought they really merited some sort of special vehicle on their routes there, and Manchester was also one of the ones who entered that club. Amazing what you see is en masse depot, the pictures, video, not video, city. You sort of like appreciate how many there were. I nearly fell over as well, I couldn't have fell over, I was sat in the car, but I was on my way back up from filming down in the southeast, and just up at Heathrow Airport, and the plane came over with the commemorative BEA livery, which is European Airways, of course. I know you knew that all along. We've got a helicopter hovering around nearby. Very obtrusive things. I remember them in the days when I worked in Ireland, just up to the north in the days of the Troubles, and the helicopters would be there. That row going on all day, all night. Very much a symbol of the occupying powers. What have we got next? Great to see some of the little sort of oddball vehicles that were made. British Aerospace down at Hilton in Bristol. One sort of done up in a sort of interim livery of the privatisation era. I'm not sure if it's is that 100% right? I'm sure there. Interesting, isn't it? He's going to try and beat the world record for spinning around the tracks on the site. A couple of vehicles, we come back down the size stake somewhat. Something that's sort of survived to a degree, and it's sort of the sort of community style buses. This is the Cookmere community bus. My friend John Bishop used to drive for them for quite a long time. Splendid vista in the distance there of the Brighton Open District, Bristol Open Topper, quite a fleet of open toppers in their time, and sort of chalking up for the present era. We've got one of the Stagecoach buses in the latest livery, which is also dark, the blue. It's almost black. And I believe that most of the Stagecoach fleets have at least one of them that livery. White open toppers down in Eastbourne when I grew up. First shots of the East Kent new liveried buses. Actually, in that sunlight you can just about make out the blue, but in a lot of light it just looks as though it's black. And even down to the minibus size. That's a rare old beast, isn't it? Very unusual design. Well, the blue sky it now looks as though it's winning the battle against the Cherishing clouds. There's more and more blue showing through, and we rely on the heat from the sun, because there's not a lot of sort of residual heat. The ground's not really heated and warmed up yet. We are still just at the very beginning of April. Sure what's happening now with this one. Oh, there's a more familiar name, isn't there, in the north, Croswell, on an RE. time has marched on, and we've now got the the bus service on site started. We've still got some more vehicles to arrive at. Just making the entrance. So this is the bus service. It's just rather great here. You can have a nice ride, not too long, just round the site, and then you can hop off it and catch something completely different. And it works out really, really well here. Nicely organised, and one of the sort of shows that's stood the test of time. The sun has got most of the sky to itself now, and the temperature will start building up. I notice sort of hoods and coats coming off now, but there's a few doing the old Aircaster clout bit. Very, very few and far between now coming in. We are getting to that stage. Duo from Lodges coming up. One in the sort of Chinese 6 arrangement. One of Bedford. Really look lovely in the sun. And the sign going out the shuttle service, I think, to site. Well, there's nothing else lined up at the moment. So what I could do is go along the rows and pick off anything I missed earlier on. Well, there's one more just about to come in. We'll pick that off as we mooch along and have a look at buses in the row in the lineups. Rather interesting setup here. Miniature steam wagons and bus. I got to bring the buses one of overtake. relatively rare beast from down in the East Kent territory. RF on the internal circular route. I think it's probably just about at this level the entrance ramp when I arrived this morning, so anything past the Southdown breakdown wagon is going to be ones we hadn't taken shots of already. Andy's down inside the conference centre in the warm, and who can blame her? It really is still bitter, although the sky is now cleared. Very few clouds left, a little bit of warmth on the back now.
Is this the one that came from the site?
One of the old Cypriot village buses. There's still a few of those being used when we first started going to Cyprus, and there's an awful lot of British lorries there still. It's a little bit like being in Malta to a degree. One of the glorious buses from the East Kent fleet. There's quite a lot more around than not here. Oh dear, there's so many around somewhere. We'd love to see them move back out again and roll back the years, but of course lots of youngsters are into a different thing for preservation. I know that all too well through our own sponsorship of Western Vehicle Restoration Trust, and there's nothing wrong with it. Enjoy it, it's marvellous, and it makes a connection with a lot of the younger generation of enthusiasts and restoration. Well, as you can hear, the wretched helicopters still doing the round. Not quite sure what we need a helicopter or a bus to. It'd be better at oh, we don't go there now, do we, to Duxford, but we're at Detling instead of Duxford. Well, the time we've been down this road, we'd have pretty well caught up with what I didn't see first thing. My cunning plan has worked. Oh, you've always got a cunning plan, Dave, haven't you? well. Hope you enjoyed your visit to the Detling show for April 2025. Lovely turnout. They were almost sort of pushed for somewhere to park them, which can't be a bad thing. And although there are a few sort of favourites missing, some of the East Kent buses, for instance, or the Regents, and well, there's lots and lots that are not here, but that just shows you how many there are out there somewhere. And as I think I said before, people are sort of switching over their allegiance to slightly sort of newer reserved buses, and none the worse for that. Good turnout, wonderful turnout, nice simple way of parking, join on the end, starting on the road, etc. Can't beat it, it works, gets them off the road and gets them lined up quickly without too many marshals. Just those wretched, that helicopter flitting about, what a row. Do we honestly need that in the transport festival for road transport? So anyway, never mind. On behalf of Maddie and myself, God bless, and remember, stay well, stay safe, be good, and if you can, be kind to other people. In the meantime, God bless, and we'll see you all again soon. Bye bye everybody, bye bye.